Welcome to Strings and More Knitting Podcast. This is episode 54. I am Shanna of Lambstrings Yarn. This is Jaymie from Leslie G Knits. And of course we are coming at you from Patchogue, New York on Long Island. If it is your first time joining us, welcome. I know we might have a couple of first time viewers this week because my wonderful fiance was passing out podcast pins at the meeting at Rhinebeck last weekend, so we got some new people. So, welcome.
Hello.
And if you're a returning viewer, thanks for coming back. There's a lot of stuff this week. It's like
there is. I'm trying to think. We did our Rhinebeck podcast, but that was only just. Rhinebeck.
That was just Rhinebeck. So I know a lot
and then we didn't podcast the week before that. So
no, we didn't podcast 2 weeks.
It's been a while.
2 weeks before that. I don't know what we did.
I don't know what we did either. I don't know.
I don't know what we did. So, yes, if you would like, you can find us on social media. You can find me as Lambstrings on Ravelry and Lambstrings Yarn on all the other media platforms. And you can find my hand-dyed yarns. Of course, I have some with me to show you. At lambstringsyarn.com. Bam. Boom. Yeah. Usually I'm so, uppity. I'm trying to,
What's wrong with uppity?
I don't know.
I like uppity.
You know what it is? I'm trying not to talk fast. I'm trying to speak so that people can understand me. I feel like I talk too fast. I will later, when I get excited about all the stuff.
I feel like we all talk too fast. We live in New York.
I know, it's true. Anyway, people want to find you, Jaymie.
I know.
They're, obsessed with you.
Oh my gosh.
Obsessed.
I've blocked some people.
Really? Crazy customers?
Creepers.
Gotta leave them.
Twice.
What?
Only twice.
What?
Yeah. But, okay, so you can find me,
I'll take all the creepers. I like the creepers.
They were non-knitting creepers.
Oh, then no.
Yeah, no.
I want the knitting creepers.
I keep the knitting ones.
Knitting creepers, welcome.
So what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, my Instagram. So you can find me on Instagram as Leslie G Knits. And you can find my hand-dyed yarn, handmade bags, whatever, as on... I can't talk today. LeslieGKnits.etsy.com. They're somewhere. Google. The Google.
Because Jaymie doesn't know. She's somewhere.
I did get a new job, though, and I'm not, at least at this time...
Yeah.
Dyeing any more yarn or sewing any more bags. So what's in there right now is what's going to be in there for a while.
I was digging through Jamie's fabric today, and I was like, I think I want a bag. You might have to make a bag.
I'll make you a bag.
We'll see.
I would. Yay.
So,
that's hot.
As many of you know, because I'm sure that a few of you were tuning in because we were at Rhinebeck last weekend.
It was lovely.
It was the best. We were just talking about how could you come back? Why would you just stay up there? We all should just live up there.
It's beautiful in upstate New York. Ugh.
We can rent out Dutchess County Fairgrounds with the thousands of people that were there, and we'll live in those barns gladly. Each of us gets a 10x10 booth to live in. Yeah. I think that's fair.
All the yarns have to stay there, though.
Yeah. So, anyway, we had the best time. This year was 10 times better than last year, and of course last year was 10 times better than the year before, and blah, blah, blah. But we met so many people, and so many other podcasters, and watchers of our podcast, and Lambstrings Yarn customers, and blah, 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 blah. So blah, blah, blah. So I know that we went over a little bit of it on our podcast at Rhinebeck, which we do enjoy doing. But, I think when we did the podcast, we had each bought, one skein of yarn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We got a lot more.
I think it was good that we did the podcast. I felt like after we did the podcast, as soon as I shut off the iPad, I was like, okay, I'm going to go spend all of my... like, I was like, I'm going to spend all my money now.
Had to go.
So we did. We did. We spent, like, all of our money.
We did.
And then I came home and I bought stuff.
I did too!
Why are we doing this?
I don't know.
Don't we need to live?
I did too. I totally did.
In a couple of weeks, you're going to see us all, like, starving and, like, podcasting out of a cardboard box because we spent all our money on yarn.
Yeah.
And we can't afford food or shelter.
I forgot I did that, but I did. I totally bought yarn.
I don't think I bought yarn. I think I bought like, a little bag.
Ooh.
Like a little notions bag. Like a
Lovely.
little leather notions bag. Anyway, I can't spoil it because I'll have it in a couple of weeks. But, so, anyway, we had our Rhinebeck sweaters. We showed them briefly on the podcast last week, but we have them here now. So if you weren't with us then, we will show you them briefly now. I can't put mine on because I'm wearing what I'm wearing, but close up. It's finished. Obviously,
Yay.
this is not the right side.
Nope.
I did it, you guys!
Yay!
I did it! It's the Aspen cardigan by Michele Wang. I modified it, of course.
Oh, buttons. I'm like, what is that?
Oh, buttons, okay.
The buttons.
I modified it. It's much shorter. And it doesn't have the belt that goes around it or the belt loops. I also did it on size 5 needles instead of size 8 or 9 because it just would have been the size of a house. I mean, it's heavy. It's heavy. And whatever. You can go to my Instagram page. You'll see me wearing it. But I wore it all day. Mm-hmm. It was 75 degrees and I took
my sweater
all day.
It was hot.
I committed.
Hot.
I committed. I did the thing. I was like, this is happening. All of these cables, you guys, it was happening. And I did it. So, I even got stopped by Christy Glass.
Yay!
Which I knew. I saw Christy Glass at Indie Untangled the night before. And I was like, Christy Glass! I was like, you find me tomorrow because I spent 3 months on my effing sweater and I'm going to wear it. I was like, so find me. Because I need this in my life. I need to be on your awesome podcast. So she found me. That was really exciting. So that's it. It's super squishy. I'm going to live in this winter. It looks good on whatever. I'm just saying.
It does look good on.
It looks good on. And now that it's done, I would totally make another one. But while I was doing it, I was like, this is the last time I'm ever doing this. So, it was knit in pieces, which is so not my thing. I hate to seam. But it seemed nice. It seemed nice on its own. I seamed it nicely.
It just did it on its own.
It just did it on its own. But, like, look, I mean, like, I'm going to show it off to Jaymie because it's hard to see. It's hard to see there, but you take my word for it. Look at how nice, Jaymie.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Right?
It's beautiful,
oh,
guys.
my God. It's, like, the best thing I ever did. This is one of my favorite things that I ever knit. It's got to be.
Aw, that's awesome.
Like, I'm very happy with this. Very, very happy. I put pockets on it. And, what was the other thing I was going to say? There was something that had to do with the seaming, but it's done. It's done.
Oh, that you did the seaming with, fingering, right?
I did do the seaming with fingering, which actually,
I didn't want to mention that.
I thought was my idea, but it's actually in the pattern.
Oh,
like she says to seam it with thinner yarn or fingering weight yarn because it's less bulky. And she's right. Also, since I'm not a seamer, I'm going to say, seaming, it makes it stronger, you guys. Like, it wasn't like melting off of me. Like, it was staying put. So, as much torture as seaming is, it, like, really, I feel like that's going to last a long time. Yeah! Woohoo! Jaymie's turn!
Yay!
I could talk about my sweater forever.
Alright, so, here's mine.
Yay!
I did Rhapsody and Cables by Locatelli.
I can.
And I too love the way mine came out.
I too am a lover of
I
this
enjoyed
sweater.
wearing it. Someone said like that I had the perfect fall outfit. You're like with your sweater and the jeans and your boots. This is your fall. And I was like, yes.
Correct. I am amazing.
I forget who it was.
You did though. You looked great, and
Thank you.
Your boots. I love them. Jaymie's boots are.
My boots are so old.
They're so
not
old.
up here, They're so old.
But they look great. They're so fall.
I think I got them from Kohl's maybe like 10 years ago, but they're falling apart a little bit. I won't get rid of them. No. I love them.
They look good.
So yay!
This looks good. This looks good.
I'm so happy, and it fits so well.
It does.
That's the back. I just did it in Cascade 220 Super Wash, because I wanted a dark brown, and
that takes
I wasn't. Yeah, it does. I saw
sorry.
That. We were wet.
Yeah, sorry.
But I don't know. I wanted a particular color, and I wasn't finding it.
Yeah.
Like, I looked at indie dyers, and I looked at, like, Metal and Tosh, and I looked at Malabrigo, and, like, just a whole bunch of different things, and I knew I wanted it solid. I wanted a solid dark brown.
Yeah.
So this is the only one I found that I liked.
And you know what? It was cost effective, and it looks great.
It was, because it was only, what is it, like 10?
It was like $10 or $11 a skein or something like that, and it's 220 yards in a ball.
And I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
And it
so
looks
much.
like it's gonna hold up, like we were saying with mine.
And I lost it for a little while. Did I tell you that?
No.
I lost it. Yeah.
At Rhinebeck?
Yep. Yep, at Rhinebeck.
Could you imagine? Oh my God. You gotta put little tags on the inside of your stuff. If found, please contact.
We were going to eat, and it's when I had taken it off. I tied it around my waist. Don't tie your sweaters around your waist, especially when the sleeves are only that long.
Yeah, what are you doing?
It's just like, when people still see it, so it's going to be hanging down on my butt.
That's true.
So, I didn't notice. I was talking to my aunt. We were walking, and, like, all of a sudden, I felt, like, loftier. I was like, why don't I weigh as much?
I feel great.
And I looked down, and I was like, oh, shit. And I looked back, and it was nowhere. I was like, how long ago did I lose this? So my aunt went with me, and we walked back, and someone hung it, like, you know those bleachers at that one part? Someone just threw it over the rail. And my aunt was like, there it is! I was like, yay!
I would have, like,
I was kind of like, I really like that one.
Yeah, but I would have been like, oh my god, I'm like, I don't know, I was just like,
freaked out. If I lost it, hey, maybe someone took it home and it fits them. I don't know.
No, I would have been like, my life is over. So, but it looked great. So Jaymie wasn't wearing it. Jaymie wasn't wearing it when we were actually podcasting, but right after we talk, I have some footage of you wearing it. Just going through some stuff. So if you haven't seen that already, you need to see that.
I do. I love this one.
It looks great on her. It's perfect for your body.
Thank you.
Yeah. I didn't say what yarn I used for my sweater.
You didn't. You should say that since it's yours.
Yeah, it's Lambstrings yarn, Ewetopia worsted, which is 100% superwash merino in the visceral colorway. That's what I used on size 5 needles, which worked out. So, whatever, boo. Okay, we did that. Let's talk about what we got. Because this is the haul episode. Acquisition. Yeah. Stash enhancement, acquisition, the whole... all our grocery money. What does it look like? So let's start with yarn. Yarn.
We're going to be eating lots of ramen noodles.
Here we are.
My yarn. What did I do with mine? What is this? Nope.
So this is acquisition / what we think we're going to do with them now. Oh, we know what we're going to do with them now. And then do you have any projects that you're working on? We have some stuff that we are working on.
Yeah, I have some stuff I'm working on right now.
Okay, so we'll talk about stuff we're working on briefly later.
Oh, do you have my yarn?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Alright, so you guys all heard. I went there with the idea that I was going to get a skein from a different dyer, each skein from a different dyer for the So Faded sweater. And I was going to match them to Shanna's Lambstrings, Raku colorway, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Raku. Because it's beautiful and it's green and I love it. So I kind of did that, but then I changed my mind on what I wanted to make.
Yeah, like Jaymie totally got a fade and then was like, I'm going to do something else.
Yeah. Oh, this one's Anna's. Anna picked that one up.
That's out the window, the fade. But that's okay.
I could do something else with it.
That's alright. Where'd you get this one?
What one?
This one.
This neighborhood.
Oh, how come it looks different to me? Jaymie.
I don't know.
Gotta talk about your stuff.
Well, because this one's the one Anna wants.
Everything you got is green.
Yeah.
Everything you got is green.
Even the one Anna picked out is green.
Yes, it is.
Isn't that fun?
That's hilarious. I got a lot of green,
even, like,
too.
you know how Miss Babs gives out, like, little mini skis? It's green. It's green.
Oh, did she give you a worsted weight?
Yeah, I think so. Or, is it bulky?
Chunky. Cool.
Anna got that.
That's cool. All right.
All right.
Go.
You want me to go?
I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, go.
So, let's start off. I think Neighborhood was the first one I bought from. So, I'm going to show you guys the one Anna purchased for her. Well, I purchased it for her. I don't know what she wants me to make with it. Anna purchased it with her
allowance.
She doesn't even get allowance. So, look at how pretty. It's a green blue. This is called Rock Creek Park. It's Neighborhood Fiber Company.
And all of her,
this is kinda, there we go.
All of her colors are named after places.
Yes.
Like I think in the city or something like that. I think she's in Maryland. Actually, I know that she's in Maryland because my card got denied and I had to call the bank. And they were like, "Are you in Maryland?" I'm like, ugh, I'm going to have to just play cash. Like, yeah. That's gorgeous.
She was on the phone for a while.
22 minutes. 22 minutes I was on the phone with the bank for them to tell me that they couldn't lift the whatever. I don't know.
Try to shove it up my nose.
Yeah, they couldn't do what I wanted them to do. So I was like, whatever. Stash enhancement. Why are we doing that?
So she did tell me what she wanted. I forget now what she wants, but she'll tell me again. This is the Studio Sock. It's 100% superwash merino for 100 yards.
That's
and
nice.
It's so pretty. It's really not an Anna color, though.
No.
I'm surprised she went for the blue-green. Her favorite colors are purple and pink, and, like, loud things.
Yeah.
Which I guess this is kind of like a loud green,
you know,
teal.
A lot of people went, like, blue and green this year.
Yeah.
I was watching a couple other podcasts that came out, like, this morning and yesterday, and a few people were like, I was very blue-green this year. Oh, you know, I got a lot of blue.
I got a lot of green.
Green, like all shades of green, is the Pantone color of 2017. So I feel like
is it?
Yeah, I feel like everybody's on a green kick, even if you don't know
green
that.
Green is the best color.
So I knew that in January, and I didn't want to tell Jaymie because Jaymie loves green, and I don't. But I went fairly green as well this year. I think like subconsciously, you like everybody was going for the greens.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Greens are lovely. I love greens.
Yeah.
Okay, so the neighborhood color I tried to match towards this. So it is called Edgewood, and
look at how nice. Isn't that perfect?
Look how pretty it is.
So Jaymie was on her way to a perfect fade already. She was like, this is happening.
This is rustic fingering. It's 100% superwash merino, 475 yards.
Yeah. And that's a single ply. I don't know if you can get that.
Can you guys tell? Yeah, you could tell.
So that's a single ply.
Look how pretty. Yeah. Oh, so pretty.
Isn't that gorgeous? So actually, what's your color name?
So look how well these two go together. Just love.
What's the name of your color?
This one is Edgewood.
What did we do?
We got the same color.
We're gonna have to go at the same time. We're gonna just go at the same time.
That's okay.
So what an ass.
I'm like, whoops.
All right, so we're at Neighborhood. And I like Neighborhood Fiber Company. Actually, at the yarn crawl back in April, one of the stores that we were at, Knit and Roslyn, she carries Neighborhood Fiber Company. And I was this close to buying this color, and I decided against it for some reason. I don't know why. I think I liked the color, but then I was like, I can't like commit to green because it's green, and I really don't like green. Whatever. I don't like green. So I do. So I decided against it, but then when we were at Rhinebeck, she had a small spinner of like mohair yarn, like hand-dyed mohair yarn, which I have been wanting to get, but not a lot of people carry that. Mm-hmm. And I was even looking at bases for my yarn, and it would be hard for me to get mohair to dye. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to splurge and get the mohair, and I will make another Kobu cat because you hold mohair and DK together, and that's the one with the little bobbles, and I put the pom-pom. So I really want to make another one. So I got Edgewood. Like, whoops. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
What the hell? Edgewood. That's so funny when you said that. I was like, so this is 60% kid mohair and 40% silk, and it's 350 yards. It's like crazy fuzzy, and it doesn't feel like mohair. It feels like a stuffed animal.
It feels like a stuffed animal. Yeah. It's nice.
So I'm gonna put some of that in Kobu, but I don't think I'm gonna use nearly as much as whatever. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe the rest of it will go in like a fun shawl. People are putting mohair in shawls now, and I kind of dig it. Like,
do you?
I kind of dig it, like a little bit. Is it like a stuffed animal? So my card declined when I was there, and she swiped it like 100 times and it declined, so I had to pay cash. But then I called the bank, and I was like, I'm just going to tell them that I am upstate and that I'm going to be swiping at like vendors from all over the country, and they're just going to have to lift the, what's it called?
Something or other. I don't know.
They're just gonna have to like for like 24 hours. Do you know they can't do that? They like don't have the ability to do that. He's like, well, we can lift it from Maryland, but if it happens somewhere else, you're gonna have to call us again. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go to the ATM. That's crazy.
Can't they lift it for like every state?
Not all at once. That's why and I felt bad because I was kind of mean to the guy, which I never am. Usually, I'm like, okay, like what are they gonna do? I'm gonna get mad at this poor guy. But I was at Rhinebeck, and I was like, are you kidding me? And he was like, no, ma'am, I'm sorry, I'm not. I was like, okay, I'll just go to the ATM. But then it worked for everything else. I was like swiping. I was like, just swipe this, see what happens. Swipe it, see what happens.
Yeah, for some reason, didn't like Maryland.
Edgewood. What's next?
Edgewood. Did you get anything from...
I got everything else
did get
from there.
Primrose. Yes, that's right. You did. Alright, so... I had these. And then we went to Primrose Yarn Company, who has lovely, lovely yarn.
She's one of my
everyone
favorites.
knows.
Yeah, she's like my favorite indie dyer.
And I found this one first. It's called Swamp Queen. So, alright. It's like this. And then
it's like this.
It's like this.
It's like this and like
right,
that and like this.
Let's see. Where does it tell me? Adelaide. I got the Adelaide. It's 100% superwash merino, 435 yards. This too is a single ply.
Isn't that going to be the best thing you ever saw?
Look how pretty.
She's amazing. And she was busy.
She was
like,
it was
oh
crazy.
My God, I felt for her.
That was in our video, right? Our Rhinebeck. That's the one with my mom in it.
Yeah. Seth had a few words to say when we were videotaping for Rhinebeck, and I put it at the end of the last episode, just because I thought it was funny. And one of the things he did was videotape a booth to show you like how crazy it is, and it happened to be the Primrose booth. So I said to him, where am I? Because I know I'm in there. And he's like, well, you duck down. Like, I ducked down to get something, and then I
crawled
to the other side of the booth. And then I was in her way, and I think she got mad at me, and I was like, I'm sorry, I don't care. Like, you're wonderful, but I don't care. Look at this.
Oh, it's so nice.
Oh, so I love it.
And so... this is where my one skein from a different dyer went out the window, because then I saw Maple Leaf by Primrose, and I had to. I just had to, because it goes so well.
Don't you guys like,
Look how nice.
I know.
Oh, the greens. Ah. And this is the same base as this,
yes.
I believe. Yep, Adelaide.
So, Jaymie got 3 single ply bases, and then mine is a regular sock base, like a 4-ply sock.
Yeah, 4-ply nylon. These don't have nylon.
Yeah. Which was going to be the So Faded.
Yeah. And I looked for these in a regular sock base, and they didn't have them. But
yeah, she was pretty mobbed. She was pretty mobbed. But and we were there on Saturday, and all the vendors restocked for Sunday, but we weren't going to be there, so we had to kind of get what we could, which we were fine with. So that's that.
I'm not doing the So Faded anymore.
No, Jamie's not going to do So Faded anymore.
I changed my mind. Yeah. Shanna sent me a picture.
Because I got a whole bunch of stuff that, actually, I wasn't planning on a fade, but I got a whole bunch of stuff that kind of faded.
I'm just going to hug these as you talk about your Primrose.
So I was decided to do something else with them. So let me show you what I got from Primrose.
These my new babies.
And then I got something else. Actually, I was going to look up.
The green hair, I'm crazy.
I know, you do look like crazy. It was like Oscar the Grouch.
It's Oscar.
Bitch, I live in a garbage can. Alright, so... okay. So, I was also at Primrose. I only have, is any of this from Primrose?
No.
Okay.
So talk about your Primrose, and we'll talk about the thing we're going to make.
So... I got in there and I just grabbed whatever I liked and I was like, whatever, buying it. I just didn't feel like I wanted to think about my budget. So that's what I did. So I actually got 3 different bases. So I got...
It's green.
Yeah. It was like green this year. And I don't like green.
I do.
I like green. So I got the Jasper DK, which actually... I had it in my cart at primroseyarn.com for a long time. And then I just never checked out. I was always like, no, I want to feel it, or, I want to see whatever. So I felt
it.
I felt it. So, but look at that. I originally had this on the single ply base, like her Sophia base, which is like a cashmere. It's a gorgeous base. And I had this, and it was much, much darker. It was like, the whole thing was like that. Like dark. But then I decided I kind of just wanted like more variegation. I wanted to see more of the colors. This one's called Bramble. And I don't know, maybe, I don't know what it was. This reminds me of like the Wicked Witch of the West. And I just want to make a Wicked Witch hat. Right? It looks like a witch and all of her boils.
Have you read Wicked?
I went to the show.
You went to the show?
How was it? I was much younger. I think, actually, it was very good. I went with my mother. She got. I don't even know how she got tickets, but she got tickets. And we were there the last night that Kristen Chenoweth played Glenda. And so it was like her farewell. It was like totally a surprise. I cried.
Oh,
the show made me cry. And I was like, I am such a loser. I'm sitting here crying at Wicked. I can't tell you what part I was crying at, because I don't know. I know it's old, but I can't spoil it for anybody.
There was a very sad part.
No, it wasn't sad. It was like happy crying.
Oh, happy crying?
Yeah, it was like happy crying. Like,
I could see where happy parts too.
I'm not a sentimental...
It's been years since I've read it.
You know?
I need to read that book again.
I'm not compassionate like that. And I was like, oh my God. I just love this show so much. It was like... So, Wicked Witch Yarn. I can't not look at this. This is what happened last year. I bought her yarn, and it's still sitting there because I can't not look at it. I don't want to use this. I'll mess it up.
She just wants to look at it.
I have to use it. It'll be some sort of hat, I'm sure.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
I burped.
Then I got her Rhinebeck color is Sweater Weather. I think anybody who's podcasted has bought this. But they all got it on the Adelaide base. And I got it on the Sophia base, which is cashmere, nylon, and... I'm like cheating. It's cashmere, nylon, and superwash. 80-10-10. And it's 3-ply. So I sell a 80-10-10 cashmere base, but it's 4-ply. This is like feathery. It doesn't smell like anything, but I just want to put it by my face. But look at that. So on the Adelaide base, the speckles are harsh. Mm-hmm. Not in a bad way. They're harsher than this. On this base, and same thing with all the cashmere bases, it softens it a little bit. So I'm like really excited. And then I was at the register, and I went in there and I grabbed something. I thought it was great. I held it for a couple of minutes and I put it back. And then at the register, I just grabbed it. and put it like in front of the guy. So I got on the Adelaide base, Big Gruesome. Oh my god, right? I love it so much. So I'm one of those people that doesn't care if my bases match. I don't care. These go together. They're going together.
They go together.
I think I want to do like another Lisa Much.
Ooh,
like a
those
stripy.
Would be good for a stripy
right?
Lisa Much shawl. Mm-hmm.
This is what I want to do with them. I just want to digest them. I want them to go through my whole system. I want everything. I want all of her things. So that's what this is going to be. I think. Don't quote me. I have ideas now, but then later I might want to do like a
Things change. It's okay.
Things change. Or this might not get touched for 3 years because it's so pretty. It might just go on my shelf.
Yeah, I was going to say it's
like a waste. Shelf. No, I'm not one of those people. I'm not a stash person like that. I want to use it.
Yeah, I'm not a big stash person either.
Except for my other one that I got from her. We want to talk about that scarf.
Yes.
Right?
Right. So, like I said, I had bought those skeins originally for the So Faded sweater. And I didn't get the 5th color. We were leaving. I handed Shanna her skeiny yarn to match it off of, and like $20. And I said, if you find yarn, buy it.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
She didn't find yarn.
I didn't. You know what, Seth and I wanted to stay. And we had like 2 tents to go through.
Yeah, and we didn't go through those 2 tents, but my daughter was done. I was kind of done. we kind of just wanted to leave.
The way you looked when you were like, we're leaving. I was like, oh, okay. So we're staying forever.
I know. I passed out in the car a little. I was tired.
Good, man. You slept all the way home last year, and I had nobody to talk to. My phone died,
Sorry.
and I was like, what am I gonna do? I couldn't have the heart to wake her up. So we stayed. Seth and I went through the last 2 tents. We saw Gail's art, and I was
yeah. I'm mad about that. I'm mad about not seeing Gail's art, but
I was convinced that I was going to find something for you there, and then I didn't. But actually, if you've been with us for a year, and I'm so mad that I didn't get it on video. After it happened, I was like, I should have gotten this on video. I went into the Gail's art booth, and I pulled out sock blanks. And I was like, Seth! And I'm looking at it, and he's so funny. He's like, is that thing that's already a thing? That you undo the thing, and then you make it a new thing, and it's not the cool thing anymore, it's a different thing? I was like, that's that thing. He's just so stupid. I don't understand it. I just don't understand it.
And that's when Seth was done.
He's like, let's go. I was like, okay. So, all right, so I don't know where we left off, but my scarf. Actually, I showed this. This was on the podcast last week. Mm-hmm. So, I've never heard of these people, whatever, Harvest Yarns it's called, but it's SweitzersFiberMill.com. I don't know which one is the dyer. I don't know if one of them is the dyer and one of them is just the mill. Mm-hmm. Whatever. We were there, Harvest Yarns. This jumped right into my hands and was like...
It almost reminds me of, like, mint ice cream.
Right.
Like that green.
But, like, with like, it's so not me, but it was, like, subtle enough. And look at that little pop of blue, like, out of nowhere. It's probably a mistake, but I love it. So this is the one I was talking about last week that was 67% merino and 33% Injio corn.
No idea.
Injio corn, which I looked up, and it's like, all right, so every time I look this up, it's like, tells you how it's made, but it gives you, like, the science of it, like peptic acids and all this other stuff. So I don't really know. My goal was to, like, find out exactly what it was. It's a plant-based fiber that is spun and blended, and that's all I got. Although, to talk about, like, photosynthesis and all that, I'm like, nope.
It's a man-made, plant-based fiber.
Yep, there you go. Used in all sorts of things, like pillows and stuffings and bedding and blah, 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 blah.
And yarn.
And yarn. So, the colors don't have names. And I asked the guy when I rung up, I was like, what's the name of this? And he's like, yeah, she doesn't really give them names. She just kind of, like, does whatever. So I think this is a lace weight. And I didn't read it. Who cares? I just wanted it. But I think it's a lace weight. 630 yards. No, 680 yards. That's a lace weight.
It's lace.
I don't care. I'm gonna put it where I want to put it. So I got that. Did you get anything from Dragonfly Fibers?
Mm-mm.
Okay, all right. So I'll just talk about that. Dragonfly Fibers. I also got green.
It's beautiful.
I don't know what I was thinking.
It's totally my a me color.
It's totally a Jaymie
beautiful.
color.
Mm-hmm.
Timberwolf, it's called. It's green and brown.
I like the name.
Right? I really love Dragonfly, and I was supposed to get fiber for you to spin from there for me again, but I didn't.
It's okay, we could get them online.
Yeah. They're really hard. So, I mean, come on, though.
It's so nice.
It's the color of the year.
So pretty.
I can totally justify this, right? Months ago, I was gifted by some of our viewers and my customers.
And we saw them at
Rhinebeck. Yeah, we did. Julie and Cece.
I didn't see Cece. I only saw...
They were kind of floating around together and then,
yeah.
taking pictures and stuff.
Because I came after they saw you because we were eating.
Yeah.
So I saw
That's
Julianne.
right. Yeah, it was good to see them. It was good to see you. So months ago, they had gifted me some Grimm from Vine, who I have a total inappropriate crush on. So I realized that I had that, and I had a project in mind for one of these, but then when I got home, I was like, oh, and no, hola,
they look so pretty together.
And look, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do something with 4 colors. I need something lighter. Duh, I'm a yarn dyer. So I had some of my Wrath colorway that wasn't listed in my shop. And I had these together, and I was like, oh my god, I'm going to make a thing.
And then she sent me a picture of the thing, and I said, I want to make that thing too.
So we are going to make the Chances wrap by somebody. I don't even know. I didn't even look.
Nope.
I'm going to put it up right now. So it looks like that. And that's what we are going to do. I'm in a brioche-alicious
I've never brioche
place.
before.
Yeah, this is going to be Jamie's first brioche.
It is. It's amazing, isn't it?
Isn't it amazing?
I haven't, brioche has been the thing for, the past year, I feel
You know what?
like.
I feel
and
like
I've not
brioche,
done anything.
Goes and comes back, and then it goes and comes back. I mean, a lot of people brioche all the time. But I feel like I either see a lot of it, or I see very little of it.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that one at the end is hard to see there. It's so dark.
I know, mine too. Mine's the same color as my shirt. It's like a camouflage. Can you tell? We have we have a style, the two of us. I'm just,
so pretty.
Jaymie, put them up, and then I'm going to use this as the picture. So, right? I feel like mine's a little gothy. I'm so excited.
It is.
I'm so excited. I just love it so much. I just love it so much. We're going back to Rhinebeck next weekend. They're going to do it all over again.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, people, come on.
Yay!
So, Jamie's idea was to do this, it's more like a scarf wrap thing. She really wanted to do a knit-along with this, and I thought it was a great idea, except that would mean that we would have to wait.
And Shanna doesn't want to wait.
And I can't. The whole reason we're podcasting this week is because I can't wait.
Yeah.
We were originally going to wait.
We're just going to do an us knit along.
We're going to do an us knit along. So if anybody is interested in knitting this along with us, we're not going to do prizes or anything else.
We're just going to knit it.
We're just going to knit it. I think that, if people are interested, then we'll put up a thread in our Ravelry group, which we have, by the way, which we never mention.
Nope.
You guys know we have a Ravelry group, Strings and More, where you can participate in discussions and cows when we actually have, actual cows. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. I'm totally sold on it. And I don't care that one of these is lace. It's going to happen. It's brioche.
It's a heavier lace. It's okay.
Sure. Whoop. A little too much wine. So, I'm so excited. And these are all getting wound tonight. So, tonight! So, this is gonna be a long one.
We got a lot.
I don't care. What else did you get, Jaymie?
Oh, well, then we went into
I forgot I got this too. Go.
Wait, was it a primrose or
No.
what ones you talked about?
No, it's like from Indie Untangled. I just I skipped a day. Okay.
Okay, well, hey.
Go.
So, we hit the what's his name? Miss Babs booth.
We did.
Which also looked like that primrose booth. It was insane.
And we know better. We know that we shouldn't be buying stuff there.
And I wasn't going to get any Miss Babs. I went out with Anna when my mom went in. And she grabbed a bunch of skeins, ran outside because you can do that because no one knows.
You know what? Miss Babs was out there.
Was she?
She was like patrolling her.
My mom was going to
love
steal
her. No.
She came to show me. She's like, what do you think of this color, and this color? Because she wanted to make hats for my kids. So she's like, do these go together? Or should I do this one? Like, she had like a whole, like she came out like this.
And you need the sun. You need outside to see stuff.
Like, she had them lined up and she was showing me, and I was like, this one, this one, this one. And she had this, and I went, and that one is mine.
We're going to hold up all the green.
It's green. Yeah, look how dark
and
beautiful it is, though. I love the name is kind of
excited.
It's called Lobster Legs. So I saw this.
What a weird name,
right?
Yes.
I saw it and I was like, I'm in love. I love that color.
Rub it all over your body.
The perfect green.
I think that's going to be our thing. If you love it, just rub it all over your body.
So after I saw this, I was like, I need a sweater.
Jamie's like
sweater.
Dropping the F-bomb. She's like passionate right now.
I need something that I can wear on my body in this color. So I, of course, then dived into the Miss Babs. I stole this one from my mom, dived into Miss Babs, and got another one.
Nice. And they're 560 yards each. That is way more than enough for a sweater. Are you going to make another boxy?
No, not out of this.
All right.
I don't think.
I
don't know now. You said that, and now I don't know. I don't know. It's going to be something. But look how beautiful it is. It's like, this is
rich.
Like the best green, like, ever. It's got slight, like, brown tints to it, and, like...
This is like when you're Christmas tree shopping, and you're like, that one. That looks like the most...
Look how beautiful
it is, and it's coming out so nice on the screen right now. Nice. I can't... Our lights today are, like, flawless.
They're on point.
For real, they're on point.
So I got this. I'm so happy.
I'm happy too. I can't wait to see what you make with that.
So my mom actually bought one for me, because what happened is when we got up...
She always does this.
How
can I be your mother's daughter? How can I be?
She might be able to adopt you. I don't know.
Oh, Laura!
Is there an age limit on that kind of thing?
No, there actually isn't. There actually isn't.
So what happened was she had knit that cowl, that stripy cowl, and she couldn't Kitchener stitch it for whatever reason. She kept having problems. So I told her, bring it up. Don't tear it out or anything. Let me look at it. I'll try and fudge it, if anything.
Yeah.
I said we could do something. So that's what I was doing when I got upstate.
Yeah.
Friday night. I was Kitchener stitching her scarf around, and it was a tube. It took hours.
Yeah.
She's like, I'll buy you a skeiny yarn. So I picked the expensive skeiny yarn.
Hell yeah!
She knows she doesn't have to, but she was like... So I was like, this one you can buy for me!
I'm so excited that you're going to... That's it. And you love green. That's your green.
It almost matches back there. So I love the more earthy greens.
Yes.
But I love crayon green as well, so I don't know. I like it all.
And it's like, really, there is no...
It's so beautiful, isn't it?
It's so beautiful!
Yeah. Her Yowza, though, really, it is soft, and it's nice. It's 100% superwash merino, 560 yards. It's nice.
It's nice. I've done a sweater.
So
I've done sweaters with it.
Yeah.
I've worked with it before. I love it.
So if you were looking at Miss Babs online and you weren't sure, the Yowza is nice.
Yeah, you don't ever have to be on the fence about this.
It's nice.
Yeah. And
love it.
It's a light worsted, so it's perfect on like size 7 needles. If you're whatever your gauge. For me, it's perfect on size 7s. And airy on 8s and 9s. It's so wonderful. And I love Miss Babs.
Mm-hmm.
I was totally like chatting it up with her about customers. because I work at a retail.
She's so nice.
She is. She's so down to earth. It's like she just...
Oh,
it's like she doesn't know she's Miss Babs. You know?
We got these from Miss Babs too. Oops, nope, not those. My mom got them for me. They're little color changing stitch markers.
Yeah, they're like moody, right?
Yeah, they're mood.
That's awesome.
Can I change it?
I don't know. You might just be happy.
They got a little bluer. See, that one got a little bluer.
Those are awesome.
They're cool.
So, did I get anything? Oh, yeah. So, the night before Rhinebeck, I did go to Indie Untangled. I did get footage at Indie Untangled, and it was, like, useless, the footage that I got. The only good thing that I got was, like, bumping into Joanna from Stitching the High Notes, Opera Joe. But really, it was just footage of me walking around, sweating, and saying, it's so crowded in here. It's like I didn't get anything worth showing you. So I had to kind of, like, scratch that footage. I did get... okay. I said multiple times, I'm not even trying to buy anything here, because this is crazy, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay. And then I bought this skein of Spun Right Round, because I don't own any. This is the Squish DK. Oh, God, it's washing out. It really wasn't before, I promise. Whatever. Right there.
Oh, there's good.
What am I going to do with this?
Hat.
What was I thinking?
Crazy hat.
She had a gray one, like a light gray, with some brights in it. So I was, like, holding it up, and Seth was, like, what felt like 100 feet away. And I was like, Seth! I'm like, this. And these two women that were checking out were like, that bright one. And I was like, okay, it's done. But I don't know what I'm going to do with it. It's called Caterpillar.
Oh.
Is like...
That's a cute name.
Right? Like, look over here. Look over here. Oh. I think a hat.
A hat.
Right?
Yeah. You need, like, a bright pom-pom.
I was torn because the other one was a one-of-a-kind and it was the only one she had left. But Seth was like, no way! It's, like, boring. You gotta get this one. I was like, okay, it's gonna happen. And
that's
actually,
when you go, both. Why not?
I know. Okay, so speaking of that, so I was online waiting. Now, at Indie Untangled, it was like, it was crazy. And the way that they had the cash registers... Like, they didn't have any rhyme or reason to the cash registers, so each person had their own cash register, and they were just kind of ringing people up as they were coming at them. So it was a little frustrating. But I was standing next to this woman who had two really beautiful skeins, and she wasn't sure if she wanted them both, and this and that, and I just started chatting it up with her. I mentioned that I was a yarn dyer, and I gave her my card, and she was, like, impressed, which, yeah, she was impressed. Mm-hmm. And, she was like, I just don't know. So she said she came from Chicago to do Rhinebeck. And I was like, oh, you came, like, I mean, I know people came far. But I was like, you freaking came from Chicago. And she was like, yeah. I was like, so we were talking about that. So she goes to put the second one. She was like, you know what, I don't think I'm going to get two. And I, like, grabbed it from her and put it back on the counter. And I was like, you came all the way from Chicago. Just get two. What, like, I was like, do you have a cat? What if your cat gets one? What if, like, you decide you want to do something that requires two? Like, really? That's a trip. Just get the two for real. And she did.
You enabler.
I know. I totally talked her into it. So then on Instagram, like a couple of days later, I bumped into her at Rhinebeck again. And we ha-ha'd, okay? And then on Instagram, I saw her. And I was like, oh my God, that's that lady. So I messaged her and I was like, oh, it was like great to meet you. And, I really hope that you use both of those skeins because you will. And I went to her profile. She's the owner of Knit One in Chicago. It's like a huge yarn, it's like a yarn store in Chicago.
Oh, damn.
I was like, oh, well, good thing I ran into her. I liked her. She was very nice. So I think I don't think I even gave her a pin, but if you're watching, hi. I hope you use both those skeins. So but she did. She sent me a message back, and she was like, "I found a project that requires two, so well, thank you." I was like, "No problem." So real quick, I just want us to hold up all the green. Like I just wanted to. All right, can we just?
Oh my God.
Because this is what happened.
This is green as well.
Yes, it is. I don't think anything we got doesn't have green in it. This is green.
I got fiber without green in it.
This is the only thing I got that wasn't green. So I'm going to leave those out.
We got a lot of green things, guys.
Like, what the heck did we do? What did we do? We just went like Pantone 2017 crazy.
What? Green. Oh.
Mine's a different green though. It's so weird. It's like mine's like a gothic green. Not really. It's like a...
I've got the earthy toned.
Yeah, Jaymie's got like earthy
Except for like the one Anna picked out is like glow in the dark.
And mine's like dead green. Like I feel like dead greens. Witch greens. Oh my god. I feel like so successful. Like such a successful Rhinebeck trip.
It was. It was a good one.
So really quick... too. I mean, there's a couple of things. I just want to show like a couple of gifts that we got.
Oh yeah.
And then I want to like go like through the food real quick because I bought food and I'm showing.
And my fiber.
Yeah, and Jamie's fiber.
Oh, did you?
Oh, talk about your fiber.
Did you get from Barbara's?
Yes.
Did you get Barbara's
Flamin'
fiber?
I did.
Okay.
All
right. So I will talk about.
Yeah, talk about your fiber.
My fiber. All right. So can I just say, this was on, I think, the Rhinebeck podcast when we went into this. Yeah, you had me like going like this.
Yeah.
It was called the Sheep Shed. They had the fiber just hanging from hooks, and it was like walking into a cloud. It was lovely. You go like this. So I had to buy, like, can you see? It is just the softest thing. Look at this.
Oh, Jaymie, this color.
Isn't it lovely? This is merino yak and silk. 4 ounces. It was only $19.
I didn't realize that you bought it.
Yeah, I bought it.
Why didn't I think that you bought it?
I bought this, isn't it?
I bought this, isn't it?
It is the softest thing, and I also bought this as well from there.
Yeah, this is one of the ones I was touching.
Oops, and there's the receipt.
I'm like, is this the one I was touching? No.
So, some yummy fiber. Like, you could just tell, like,
oh my god,
it falls. It's so soft. It's so soft.
I don't know how to describe that. You ever walk through fog? It's like that. It's like...
It's wonderful.
Like, am I touching it?
Yeah,
like, you know, it's so soft.
So soft.
That you don't know if you're touching it. This is great. This is so Jaymie. Orange, green.
It's lovely.
This is like you.
So what is this one? Let's see. This one is.
You bought that.
It's called Winter. It's merino and tencel. 2 ounces was $7.50.
It does that.
So I got that. I'm kind of rushing through this because
it's
already been a long podcast.
It really has been.
I feel terrible saying
this.
There
it is.
But I forget who I got this from.
Oh.
I forget.
Did it have a tag on it?
No.
Oh, did you take it out, the tag?
No, it didn't have a tag. It was just box. No, it was Neighborhoods. Oh, is it there? Does it say? No. It says thank you.
Anyway, whatever.
Well, I got this from someone. It is. They didn't even say. It doesn't say how many like ounces or how much is in there. It's just a whole bunch of
love.
It's naturally dyed yarn. These are all from plant.
Really?
Yeah, dyed from natural things.
Like bamboo and stuff?
No. The dyes are from plants.
Oh, the dyes!
Yeah, the dyes are from
plants.
What am I
thinking? Oh, look at that right there. I don't want to pull, but I'm going to pull.
Oh, go ahead. I was pulling stuff out.
Pull it. Oh, look at that. This looks like a little tongue.
And, like, there's this pretty, like, green right there. And, like, this, like, weird foggy, like, gray purple.
You could do that with, colors. Like,
Here's another green. Like
I would love to do, like, a natural dyeing.
Yeah, like, it's just a whole bag of fluff. I got it. It's a bag of fluff.
These are all the dead Care Bears. This is what happened to the Care Bears. That's what it looks like.
Aw, Care Bears.
I know. Care Bears there. This is where they are. Where are they now?
And then one more fiber-related item. This one's gonna be fun. I saw this, and I've never done like an art yarn.
Where was I when you were buying all of this amazing stuff? Did you buy from Fiber Optics?
No, I don't think so. I forget who this is from too. Is that horrible of me? Greenbrier. No, that's who made the bag. I don't know. It's a Spinner's Felters bag. It's got the wool. It's got the curly locks. You see them?
Oh,
and the shinies.
Oh, this looks like a sheep.
I also got this little owl from them.
This is the girl.
This is terrible. I don't know. They don't stick their tags, and then I forget.
Those of you who went to Rhinebeck, you know who this is. This is the girl who does those giant felted, like realistic dragon heads and sheep heads and stuff.
I had a very lovely conversation with her.
She's amazing.
And I guess her husband. It was two of them. It's a man and a woman.
Yeah.
They were very nice people.
She's there every year, and
I was so excited about this one because it's just gonna be fun.
She does like these needle felted sculptures. They're very realistic. I'm so in awe of her every time we go there. I'm like, oh my god, and she's just amazing.
She's so cute. Look at it.
Jaymie didn't even think about that one. She like just grabbed it and handed it to the woman.
I did. Like, so it was right near where you pay, and I was like, that's mine.
Yeah.
It's going on my Christmas tree, and I will love it forever. So that's it, and fiber goodiness. Look at that. I can't wait to do this. I don't even know how to incorporate that. Like, what do you just think? I don't even know.
We're just going to throw it right in there.
Just throw it right in there. These I know. I've seen videos of people working with this, but I don't know.
It's going to be amazing.
We're going to see what happens.
It's going to be great. Whatever happens is going to be great.
We'll see what happens.
And totally on the spot and creative.
I'm still a beginner with the spinning thing, so we'll see.
So we got a couple of like little gifties when we were at some of the meetings on the hill. So we're going to show those. And then I have food to show you. I do.
I have that too, but I don't know where it is.
Oh my god.
Oh, I smell it though. Here it is.
Yum, yum, yum.
Yeah, we saw a whole bunch of amazing people. We're not going to remember everyone. I know we saw David from Dog Dares. He was so nice.
I want David, just move here. Let's be friends.
He was very nice. And we saw the ladies from the Mean Girls, and they were so nice.
My god. So, they were hilarious.
Barbara, we saw Barbara at that same, they were all kind of like in one area. We saw Barbara from the Flame and Fiber podcast.
Yeah.
We talked about her last year, and we've mentioned her.
So Barbara last year, she gave us, she does like these little glass stitch markers.
Yeah.
And last year it was leaves, like little fall leaves. This year she made like little flowers. Which I had seen.
A little blue one.
Oh, I like her. I had seen these on Instagram when she posted them on Instagram. I thought they were so cute, and I didn't put it together that it was her Rhinebeck swag. Yeah, Flame and Fiber podcast.
Adorable.
I love this. I love these ideas. I love that she does something different every year.
That's why I like watching her podcast, like when she does that kind of stuff, because it's nothing. I've never tried it, but it's so interesting to watch, and it's so cool.
I also bumped into her at Indie Untangled with a group of people from some Facebook groups, and they're hilarious. I was like, what? Let's all move here. I'm telling you, we're gonna rent the fairgrounds and just live there.
She was so nice. She's like, come on, everyone, we
like cave people.
And
she was great.
She was wonderful.
We met Steel City Stitcher, who, like. You know, she gave us these are like little lavender sachets that you put in your bag and it like freshens up.
Where's my bag from her? I do have it.
You do have a bag from her.
There it is. Roberta.
Yeah. She's very sweet.
One of my favorites because it's library books.
Yeah.
And I work in a library.
I love. This was such great swag.
And I just love the read too.
Good. It smells good.
It does.
So do you want to hear something funny? So if you were there, okay, Mean Girls, if you're watching, you totally know. The hill was like assaulted by bees. Like everybody,
it was a little crazy.
Bees everywhere. Actually, if you watch our last podcast, you'll see them flying in front of the screen a little bit. It was crazy. Yeah. They were very friendly, you know. They were like landing on my hand and like, you know, leaving me a little something.
Some people didn't feel like that though.
No, a lot of people didn't. So
it smells so good.
Seth was getting like he's like, I can't with these effing bees, I can't get rid of them. So
Sorry.
Oh, so good. So I was like, oh, I don't know what made me think of. I was like, lavender. So I took out the sachet and I'm rubbing it all over him. I was like, bees don't like lavender. So I can get him all smelled up. And I was like, oh wait, that's mosquitoes.
I was just gonna tell you that, like, pretty sure that's mosquitoes.
Seth's like, do I just smell like lavender now for no reason? Yeah, Seth, you did. You smelled like lavender for no reason. I was like aggressive. I was like, they don't like this.
Good little birdies. It's so cute.
So, sorry, Seth.
Oops.
I tried. I had good intentions. I had very good intentions.
But yeah, the bees were
aggressive.
Like
aggressively
the weather,
friendly.
I have to say, it was wonderful because it was so nice out and the weather was so nice, but I think it's because it was so warm. The bees were just all over.
Yeah.
And I don't remember it being like that last year.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. So, that was actually, and where's the top to this? The top makes it all better.
I have mine.
Good. Lauren. Our friend Lauren.
Yeah, our friend Lauren.
Our bestie Lauren. She gave us some free yarn. The top isn't in my bag, but this is like the best way to give away. So cute. So her business is Color Wheel Yarns.
Which I need to buy a sock blank from her. I've been eyeing them up.
Her sock blanks are like to dye. She has like a yellow, she had a yellow and black one that I fell in love with. So she messaged me. Did we get the same yarns? We didn't.
I think we got different ones.
Oh, well, I got that yellow.
The yellow one might be the same. So pretty.
Oh, mine has like
the yellow is washing out.
Yeah, mine has like a chartreuse.
Can we do it up close?
Ooh.
Oh, yep, there we go.
Wow.
A little. It's still washing out a little, but...
What? Why I'm like over here
there
for some reason.
Kinda.
Yeah, this has like some chartreuse in it.
Look at that.
Cute. Mini minis.
Little babies.
So, you can go to her shop. She actually messaged me and she was like, there's a coupon code on the back of your card. And I was like, okay. So, it's Color Wheel Yarns at Etsy. And if you go, you can use the coupon code Rhinebeck. Rhinebeck. For 15% off until December 31st. That's the rest of the year. 15% off your entire order for the rest of the year. So, you need to go there. And she's the sweetest, so please go to her. She's an art teacher. So, she knows what she's doing, if we do say so ourselves. The art teachers know what they're doing, or the art people know what they're doing. So, thank you guys for the goodies.
Thank you.
I have some, okay, so I bought food. I bought tea, you guys. Like, I bought a lot of tea, and then I got free tea. I think I'm only going to talk about the tea. I'm only going to talk about the tea. Because that's what people care about. So, this is Happy Sweet Candy Shop Collection. I am so confused as to who I think it's the Tea Can Company. I looked it up, and that's the only thing I could find under. So this is like from their candy shop collection. And it is going to wash out. But if you guys can see that, this is the best tea you'll ever drink. I'm just going to say, I put sugar in everything. This does not need sugar. I put sugar in this, and I was like, what? Like, hello, cotton candy? I put sugar in it, and I was like, clearly you don't need to do that. I wish that you guys could smell this through the thing. And then
it smells, oh my gosh, especially the cotton candy.
And then I was their first customer, so they gave me like a complimentary green tea, like a vanilla green tea. There's 3 sachets in here. I get like 6 cups of tea out of that. You guys, the Tea Can Company. Yummy, yummy. It's all natural. The coconut has coconut flakes in the sachet. I bought that. I also bought like black cherry honey and jam, and Seth bought like wine and beef jerky. It was like we bought so much stuff. I bought maple barbecue sauce. And I don't know how I'm going to get through the rest of the week with the little that I bought. I think I'm going to need like a barrel. It's delicious. If you're on
the maple candy was delicious. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. The maple candy is not here because it's in here. And that was not going to last. There was no way that was going to last. I want to talk a little bit about, I had a shop update this morning. Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
Nope, that was it.
All right. A little bit more yarn. We'll talk about the mitts really quick, and then we got to jet.
We got to go.
Then we got to jet. So I did a shop update this week. After I came home from Rhinebeck, I had like this like surge of like motivation and inspiration, and I was like, I have to dye all the things, and I want to dye this color and this color and this color. So I dyed like 3 new colorways this week, and
damn.
I'm supposed to be getting ready for a trunk show, and that just like I was like, nope, I gotta do this. So 2 out of the 3 that I created this week are keepers. One of them I'm not so sure. But I have to show you guys. I posted it on Instagram, and I know a lot of you were looking to get it. But it sold out in 8 minutes.
Oh my god.
8 minutes. Where is it? Okay. So I dyed.
Oh, that's lovely.
8 minutes. This.
Oh, it looks so nice.
Oh me! Alright. This is the me. This is the most me colorway that I've ever done. I have been wanting to do a colorway like this for a long time, and when I got back from Rhinebeck, I was like, I need me yarn. Me. Not green. I need me yarn.
It matches my shirt.
It matches my shirt. So, I got, like, you guys, I don't know if you know the struggles of dyers. If you're a dyer, you know sometimes you don't always get what you want. This was exactly what I wanted. And, like, it was exactly what I wanted. So, I dyed, like, quite a bit, and I put it in the shop, and now it's gone. 8 minutes. It's gone.
So those all belong to people.
These belong to people, so I can't rub them all over my body like I was just about to. I can't.
So I said that.
Nope, I can't. So, there will be tons more next Saturday. I'm devoting, like, tomorrow to dyeing this colorway for another update because you have to have it. Part of the reason you don't have it is because I took, like, 3 skeins of it.
Oops.
Yeah, whoops. It wasn't even dry yet. And I was like, I am making this for me. So I caked up 2. This was yesterday, right? I caked these up
they look pretty in a cake.
A little wet. I caked them up a little wet because there was no way I was going to wait. This is what they look like caked up.
Nice.
Can I tell you, I had like it was like a little mini climax. When I caked these up, I was like, oh my god. I'm so passionately happy about the way this came out. But wait, because it was 12:30 at night when I did this. Yeah, it was 12:30 at night when I did that, and then I lost it. How did I lose it? What's going on with me? Why didn't I just put it in the bag? Oh, okay, so it was 12:30 at night, right? I stayed up till 2:30 in the morning swatching it.
Ooh. Oh, I like that.
I know. I'm so happy with it. Oh my god. All right. So I have 3 skeins. I am making the Sous sweater by Norah Gaughan. It's happening. It's like a drapey long thing.
Nice.
Originally it's a DK weight sweater, but I did see one person make it in a fingering weight. And it just blows my mind. Like, I can't stop thinking about it. That's what this is going to be.
It's going to look lovely.
And
oh, my gosh.
This is going to be, I don't know what this is going to be.
Oh, it's nice.
This is going to be my new bracelet. I'm in love. Mm-hmm. And I don't normally go crazy gushy over my yarn. The raku I did.
Yeah.
The raku I did. Actually, when we were waiting on the Neighborhood Fiber Company line... Jaymie was buying some greens to go with the raku colorway, and she pulled them out, and I was like, oh, this color is so nice. And she's like, you asshole, that's your color. And I was like, well, I like it. Well, it's pretty. This one.
Someone else did that too, though. You were talking to, it was near the Miss Babs booth.
It was your mom.
You weren't talking to my mom, no. It was a lady, she had long dark hair. She looked maybe a little older than us.
Okay.
Yeah, she was someone.
Yeah,
I forget who she was. But we were talking about something and I pulled out my yarn and like she instantly like grabbed that color. Where'd you get this? I was like, from her.
From right here?
But she was like, it's the Raku colorway. It's love.
So this one is called Little Miss Macabre. Or Macabre, however you say it. I like Macabre better than Macabre. But I just felt like it's so me. It's gray, but it's bright, and it's purple and pink.
That came out nice.
And I'm going to live my life. I'm never, ever going to use another color, except for the ones that I bought. So this is going to be a shirt.
The next year, all of Shanna's garments are going to be in that color.
Yeah, I went through, like, a big voodoo phase. So I had, like, hats and mitts and all this crap. So this whole year is going to be about this. And some green.
And some green like this.
Yeah. So I think I devoted like a good 6 hours to this whole thing, and whatever. There will be more. I'm too excited about it. This is my other keeper.
Oh, that's pretty.
It's a little different from what I usually... It's a lot lighter. But I really needed something subtle. So, this one's called Haberdashery. And it's getting blown out. But there's a little bit of pink in there. If I have any left over of that, which I'm sure I won't, but if I do have any left over, I'm going to use that and this, and I'm going to make the Deathflake mitts.
The Deathflake mitts.
I'll put that up. And I'll show them to you because they're amazing. Mm-hmm. They're amazing. Yeah, I've been wanting to do like a Latvian/Norwegian style knitting, and I think that's it. That's happening. These are all the things that are happening. We have mitts to talk about because we have a mid-along going on, and then it's over. Yes. And then it's over until next week.
Because we can't do all the things.
No.
If we talk about all the things.
Oh my God, this is like the longest podcast we've done in over a year.
Where is my thumb hole? There we go. I found it.
I found it!
Yeah, I just big fat forget who these are from, but... Do you remember?
Nomadic Yarns.
No, I know the yarn.
Purl
the pattern.
Soho.
Purl Soho. There we go.
The color block mitts. Or something, right?
The color blocks, yeah.
Yeah. Jaymie finished.
I finished. They were just straight knits, so, I mean, there really wasn't, anything special. So, it went really quick. Their Nomadic Yarn Serious colorway.
Yeah. I love that colorway.
I didn't make sure I started in the same place, so it's a little off. I didn't care.
It's nice about the striping. You don't have to do that. Some people, it bothers some people, but I don't know.
For my socks, I'm gonna make sure I start in the same place.
Yeah.
But for the mitts, I didn't care.
Okay.
So, it does get like a little thumb, like, it gets knit up a bit. I didn't want that, so I just crocheted around it to like finish
Single
it
crochet,
off.
that's how you finish stuff, man.
Yep. I love them.
I do too. I love
they
them
match
too.
my shirt. Yeah, because it's Harry Potter.
For real. Actually, it does. It's really cute.
It does. It matches it like so
I love you.
Unintentional.
I finished one mitt, and I'm right on the cusp of the thumb, right? So these are my carbon fingerless mitts, which I had to rewrite because I was off by a stitch. Oops. So this weekend it's going to go up on the website for free. These are free. And yeah, so one. This is my orbital colorway for the main. That's the gray. And the glow getter colorway, which is like right on the trim. Love these mitts. This is, I don't know, we're not even talking about what we're supposed to be talking about. This is for our Strings and More Mid-Along 2017. This Mid-Along ends on November 4th, which is next week.
Yeah.
So we're going to podcast again. We'll do a brief podcast next week. So a polo winner. If you're still working on these or you think you can squeeze them out by the 4th, make sure you get down to our FO thread in our Ravelry group and put it in there.
FO thread.
There are quite a few people in there.
Yeah. Like where we will pull the winner. And some of them have multiples because you could do that.
You could do that. You could crochet. Yeah. There's rules in there.
Yeah, it's really kind of more like a make-along.
No
Just
rules.
make some mitts.
Make some mitts, man. That's really it.
You have prizes. Where's the bag?
I put it on some. I put it somewhere.
There it is. I didn't talk about this. I got this.
That's what I said. I asked you if you got fiber from Fiber Optic, and you were like, "What?"
Whoops. I did get fiber from Fiber Optic. Ah, so pretty. Aw.
My computer better be able to handle all these like videos that I'm going to be downloading.
It is this bag.
Isn't that nice? Oh yeah.
And a skein of Shanna's yarn that will match this bag.
Color TBD. I'm going to wing it. Yeah.
So unless she really likes it, it'll be a one of a kind. Yeah, unless she really likes it.
I don't know.
We'll see.
You fall in love with things, and then and I write down everything.
So if anything, you'll get the first.
For real, you might get the first. So.
Your bunny is so cute. Your bum buns. Wow, it's getting washed out.
Remember we were like, our lights are on.
There we go. Yeah. Well, they are for back here.
They are.
It looks nice back here. So you will get that.
Yeah.
My Why did I just big fat forget who this is from?
Yarntasia.
Oh, Yarntasia. I'm sorry, Yarntasia. Oh, here's your information. She got her bags. Oh, I'm so bad at remembering things. My brain just goes...
Sorry, I got it.
So you could win this beautiful card and a skein of Shanna's beautiful yarn, which
it will be beautiful. Sure, it'll be beautiful. It'll be beautiful. We have to stop.
Yeah, we have to go because my parents came over and Paige is coming over.
Oh my God, that's right.
Yeah, not yet. She's coming at 6, right?
6.
So we need to go. We will next week. We will talk about what we've been working on. We will pick our winner. And yeah, whatever else. Maybe Shanna will come up with 3 new colorways.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm like on a Rhinebeck high.
Okay, we'll do it.
I'm on a high right now.
So yeah, we're all done. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, or whatever, the Chances Wrap. Check it out. Let us know if you're interested.
And you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe.
Please do that.
Thank you for coming back. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, and thanks if it's your first time. Thank you. I know Seth was passing out those pins, so I really, really, really appreciate you guys checking us out. And yeah, that's it. That's it for real.
So we'll see you next week, guys.
Bye. Happy knitting.